Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Passive Income Lifestyle Series. I'm your host, Travis Watts, the Director of Investor Education here at Ashcroft Capital. I have a very interesting and exciting thought for you today. The topic is passive income equals more options. Disclaimers as always, this is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not to be construed as financial advice. Please always seek licensed financial advice when it comes to your own investing. With that top of mind, we talk a lot about passive income here on the channel, the pros and the cons and what it can do for you financially. But what we don't talk a lot about is having options in life. And that's why I wanted to record this episode for you today. I'll share a quick story with you. Years ago, I worked in the oil and gas industry, and at this moment in time, I was about midway through my real estate investing journey so far, and I was out on a job site in Saudi Arabia, and I'm walking around. It's the middle of the summer. It's about 127 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and I'm doing an inspection on the iron. We had a lot of iron and a lot of machinery, and I'm making sure everything's buttoned up and ready to go for the job. So I'm back there by myself, and everyone else is up front on the job site. I'm the safety guy, by the way, and I'm inspecting this pump. And what I came across is that one of the working hands, one of our team members, had left this water pump on and had shut both of the valves, the inlet valve where the water comes in and the outlet valve where the water is supposed to go. So what was effectively happening is we've got this large, probably a 10 or 12 inch pipe filled with water in 127 degree weather outside, just turning over, building pressure and boiling. But you couldn't really tell that this was happening visually. You couldn't see anything, and you couldn't hear anything either because we had a lot of machinery going at the same time on the job site. And coincidentally, I had turned my back to that pipe for just a moment so I could write something down on a notepad. And in that moment, that pipe burst open, knocking me completely to the ground and completely burning the skin off the back of my right leg and hitting me in the back. So in a moment of shock and adrenaline, as you might imagine, my first thought, not thinking rationally, was, I think I just got a chemical burn. I think something hit the back of my leg and I didn't know what was in the water or what they were treating it with. So I ran over to a safety shower. Now the safety shower was an old school safety shower that was portable that had also been sitting in the sun. It had this massive tank on top filled with water that was sealed in 127 degree weather for days on end. How hot do you think that water was? I wasn't even thinking about that. So I pulled the handle to rinse off my leg, not even having looked at my leg at this point. And effectively what I was doing is pouring burning hot water on a burn on my leg and on my back. And all I remember thinking after the fact was, I'm going to die out here. And I could have died right there in that very incident. And so in that moment, I made a decision to change my life. I didn't know what the next chapter was going to be, but I was done with dangerous work and I was done with living this lifestyle away from home, away from family, getting injured, and having no support system besides the company in a foreign country. The money suddenly was no longer worth it. To this point, I had been doing real estate and doing this job solely for the equity and the income, and I was just looking to build a nest egg. But to my surprise, when I ran the numbers and ran the math about what investments I had currently and how much I had saved, and I thought to myself, what if I made all my investments have a primary first focus on generating passive income? It became a reality for me that I would have enough passive income to have the option to leave this job. And so I did just that. I ended up restructuring all my investments. I stopped doing fix and flips. I started doing vacation rentals and buy and holds, and later I got into syndications and private placements. And so today is no different. Everything that I look at for an investment is going to have a passive income yield. So ultimately, what that passive income meant was an opportunity or an option to change my lifestyle and have a safer and more fulfilling career. And from the moment that I quit that job, I've been on a full-time path to helping others learn about real estate, passive income, and investing. Ultimately, this is something I had wanted to do for many years, but I kept putting it off because I thought to myself, the pay is just too good with this job. I can't just let it go. And that ultimately led me to be caught up in the golden handcuffs, as many people are in their working career. And here's the takeaway I want to share with you. We all do things for one of two reasons. We're either doing it for an intrinsic reason, which means that you're doing it because you love it, you enjoy it, and it's fulfilling, or you're doing it for an extrinsic reason, which means you feel like you have to do it even though you prefer not to. So think about you for a moment. What's something that you would do or that you do for free because you love it? Maybe it's playing a sport or playing an instrument or going on a bike ride, taking a hike, or traveling. And now think about something that you do for an extrinsic reason. Maybe it's a career or a job or to pay the bills. You've got to wake up early for work 5 days a week, or you have to report to a boss who you don't respect. Or maybe it's having to travel away from home like I did and not be with your friends and family, your kids, your spouse. So what if you had the option to eliminate these pain points, or at least reduce some of them, to sleep in the mornings if that's your thing, or to be home with your friends and family more, or to vacation whenever you want? So this is the real benefit to passive income investing. It's not about money. It's about having options. Options which in turn can elevate your lifestyle and increase your fulfillment and happiness. Something to think about here for the week. You're listening to the Passive Income Lifestyle Series right here at Ashcroft Capital. I'm your host, Travis Watts. If you ever want to take a deeper dive, if you have any questions, want to brainstorm anything, reach out to me, travis@ashcroftcapital.com. And to learn about our current offerings and opportunities and how you can generate passive income through multifamily real estate, visit ashcroftcapital.com for more information. Please like, share, subscribe. Feel free to share these episodes with anyone you think needs to hear this message or could benefit from these episodes. It really helps out our channel, and it helps videos like this reach more people like you. Thank you so much for being here as always. Until we meet next week, have a great week, everyone. Appreciate you.